Hey there, this is the right video for you if you have a YouTube channel that's performing poorly, if you feel like you should start a YouTube channel, if you have a story that you want to share, or you're trying to build up an audience and you're not quite sure how to do that. My name is Samantha Evans Schroeder. I'm the grief advocate unedited. I'm an author, speaker, and influencer, and I've spent the last 2 years researching YouTube and trying to figure out the best ways to maximize visibility on that platform. In the next 12 months, once a month, I'm going to share a video with you on the tips and tricks I've learned, and I'm going to share these through Edie Melson's The Right Conversation blog. So stay tuned for a 12-part series on how to grow your YouTube channel and maximize visibility. So here I am unfiltered, and hopefully this is the last take because it's going to be pretty redundant for you to see me doing this and this over and over again. I'm talking today about video editing and things to look out for when you're trying to record a video, and I'm showing this first part of it unfiltered, unedited, so that you can see some different things that you need to pay attention to. One of the things with videos is that it takes a minute to set up all the pieces. It's like to set up the background and to put on the right outfit and get all those things ready. So a lot of times it's easier to batch content, which I'll talk about in just a second, but that means recording multiple videos at the same time. Then you're in the frame of mind to record videos and you get it all done in one fell swoop, and then you can edit all at the same time too. And you'll have to figure out what works better for you and what doesn't. But so first of all, background, okay? Right now I have some dead morning glories behind me on this swing in my backyard. I have my neighbor's house right there. This is my patio space. Now we have sunlight, right? So you have to be careful for sun too, and the light coming through. I also have, this is my backyard, all right? So sometimes when it's super bright outside, I sit over here in this chair. The light is better. It's had some work done in my backyard, so the ground is not very pretty. Here's something I want to show you. So this table that I'm sitting at right now is a lot more sturdy than the table I was sitting at back there. And when I'm sitting at that table, I have to be very careful because my laptop is on the same surface that I put my hands on when I'm talking. And so you're going to bounce your camera if the laptop is on the same surface, or your camera. So if you're using a camera, make sure the tripod is not on the same surface, not on the table surface. Just be careful. One of the other things, when I first started recording the video, I was up super close. You want to make sure that you are only taking up a third of the video, and you also want to make sure that the third of the video you're taking up is not right in the middle, is off to one side or the other, because when you start putting like different images up or text, you have this whole space right here to play with. The reason you want to make sure that you only take up a third of the video is because when you do a short, you don't want the video to be your face like this, right? Like you need a little bit of space to work with when you're creating a vertical short from a horizontal video. That's another big reason that you want to make sure you're only taking up a third of the video when you're doing that. So you want to make sure, and now I'm sitting over here, right? Because I know that I am blocking some of the extra stuff there, and this space over here creates a better background than this space over here. My husky does photo bombs and video bombs on me. Say hi, Bandit. Yeah. All right. So again, we have to be careful with the sun. We have to be careful with the background. So this, where I'm sitting right here, I love this umbrella. that I use for shade because it blocks out the sun. So then I can do videos outside. And a lot of times I have to deal with things like lawnmowers going, or wet weed whackers, or maintenance, or ambulance, or planes, all that stuff, right? So in that case, oh geez, hold on. In that case, see, setting up a video takes time. So when you eventually get your setting and your spot all together, it's really great to record more than one thing at once, because then it just saves a lot of time. It saves 20-30 minutes each time you record a video to set up all at one time. What I was saying about background noise is that I have a great program with CapCut that gets rid of background noise when my next door neighbor is using squeaky toys with her dog, for instance. I can edit that out in the video so you can't actually hear it. All right. Another thing with batching content, this is not great sunlight. The sunlight is not good here. This is a much prettier background, right? And then I can sit over here like this, and I'm only taking up a third of the screen, and I have all this space to put an image of my book or text or whatever there is. All right. If you can, like, spend just a little bit of time on your appearance when you're doing a video, it matters. You want to get that makeup on, and it doesn't even have to be a ton, but you, especially eyes, you want to make sure people can see your eyes, and your features stand out a little bit and they're not all washed out at all. So I'm gonna put some color on here. I do well with purples in my face. Some people look like they're bleeding to death if they try reds or purples, but I do not. Red I might, but purple not. You want to spend a little time on your appearance because it matters. Because all of a sudden you go from this kind of just washed out to standing out more. And gentlemen, I know you're watching this and you're like, well, I'm not wearing makeup. It might not be the worst idea, right? Might not be the worst idea to put just a tiny bit of eyeliner on, or at the very least, comb your hair. You know, at the very least, try to find a shirt that complements your colors, that brings out your eyes. Spend a tiny bit of time on your appearance because it matters. Because the camera changes things. When you're having a conversation, with someone face to face, there's more forgiveness than a camera. And a camera in a video is going to be around forever. So you want to make it, as easy for your viewers to watch the video as possible. And if you look nice, they will be more apt to listen to you because you care enough about them and what you're saying to take time for your appearance. And so it shows that what you're trying to tell them will also matter to you. That makes sense? Again, all this stuff, like on my writing days, I don't put makeup on. I wear sweats. Every time I'm writing, I wear sweats. So on my recording days, I put a lot more effort into my appearance, and I don't want to have to take the time to do that every single day. So I'm going to be back over here, and I'm only going to take up a third of the video, and then and it doesn't even matter, guys. It doesn't matter what the back of your hair looks like. It just doesn't. It doesn't matter what the back looks like. It does matter if you look like you're angelic, because we all know that. Kidding. It's still just trying to get off this. I'm gonna kill my husky. This is a Venus flytrap, and he has now dug. I'm sure when I dig into this pot, I will find a husky toy in the flower pot. See the way the sun is like shining right here? It's not the biggest deal if your face is okay, but you want to try to avoid too many light things, light issues. So, and again, trying to be on the side of the video, right? And only taking up a little bit of the screen so that you have all that room. So, batching content. A lot of times when you're batching content, maybe you don't want to be wearing the exact same outfit the entire time, right? So there are small things you can change. Like I can take off my scarf, all of a sudden I'm wearing a different outfit, right? And people aren't going to pay as much attention to your clothes as you will. So that matters too. Like they're not going to care as much. They're not going to care if you record a video on the exact same day. But for me, it bugs me if I look at it and I'm wearing the exact same thing. And also for editing purposes, when I'm looking at the thumbnail on my computer to try to figure out the right video to edit, sometimes it's helpful to have a different appearance because then I know like, hey, when I recorded this video, I was wearing that, and you can go back to it. So changing your appearance is as easy as putting on a hat or, putting on a hoodie. I don't want to put this hoodie on because it's over 7 degrees outside and I'm already wearing a long sleeve shirt. So for this video, we're doing this. The plant is actually blocking the sun from my face a little bit right now. If I just hold the plant like this, you won't notice the sun on my face. So fiction writers, you have some options on different things that you can do with your content. You can do, you don't want to do a channel just for a specific book. You want to be able to have your niche. And so if you are a romantic suspense, this table stinks for recording, guys. It really does. Fiction. So how do I word this with fiction authors? I've thought through it. Articulating it is a little more difficult. Some people write scripts for their videos and practice them before they record. I don't have a script. I just talk, and if I mess up, I start over, and then I edit that part out. For me, that saves time. You have to figure out what's best for you, what works best, and what saves you the most amount of time. Maybe it's better for you to practice your script. Maybe it's better for you to read a script. If you use Microsoft PowerPoint, there's actually a teleprompter you can use, and you can put your whole script in front of you and just look at your screen and read. Like right now, I'm just pretending like you're sitting in a chair across from me and I'm just talking to you. A lot of times I just hit pause on my camera and I sit and think about what I'm going to say next, because I work so much better without a script. When I have a script, I'm looking down at the paper the whole time and it's hard for me to drag my eyes up because I don't trust what I'm going to say next. This way I just talk and I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the camera. So it makes a big difference. For me, I also feel like not looking at a script is great practice for public speaking. Can you be a public speaker and just look at notes and just look at bullet points? That's significant. That's an acquired skill that takes time to practice, and recording videos is a great way to practice only speaking from notes, which I don't even have in front of me right now. We're just doing this like cold turkey. Cold turkey is not the right term. So there are different ways you can do playlists on your YouTube channel, and if you're a fiction writer, I would consider doing a different playlist for each book. Fiction authors, when you are creating a YouTube channel for your fans or to try to generate interest in your books, you're not going to want to create a new channel for every single book you do. Now, if you're a fiction and a nonfiction writer, I would consider doing one channel for nonfiction content and one channel for fiction content, or a different playlist for each series. So Darlene Turner, for instance, has her Canine series, so she could put all those books in the same playlist, and within that playlist you could do a video talking about your characters, talking about how you create your characters, or you could even create your characters live on a video and you use it later when you forget what color you made Jake's eyes. You go back and you watch your video and you're, oh, right, he has brown eyes and brown hair. And then you know. So it could actually be a great tool and a resource for you. You can talk about characters, you can talk about your setting or world building, you can do outtakes. When you know what your book is going to be and you have your cut file of content that you are unable to use, or scenes that you wanted to use but it just wasn't going to work, or optional endings or optional chapter ones, right? Like different pieces. You can read those for your fans on your video. It's content. And if your fans are interested in your writing, they're going to be interested in the behind the scenes potentially as well. And who knows if your readers are going to follow your YouTube and want to know a backstory because they read your book, or someone's going to come across you talking about your world building and your characters and how you set up the book. And because of your YouTube videos, then they want to go read your book. Like, it could go either way. I worked on this romantic suspense novel that took place in Pequot Lakes, Minnesota. Pequot Lakes, Minnesota is a real town. Population 2,000, population at least doubles over the summer because it's a vacation spot. There are lakes everywhere. Like, you pretty much trip and you land in a lake. And winter there lasts from, I don't know, like September through April, September through May, October through May. There's snow for a very long, very, very long time. Mermaids, when little girls dress as mermaids for Halloween, they're wearing snowsuits under their costumes and coats over their costumes. And costumes are, it's kind of ridiculous because you can barely see the kid's costume when they go trick-or-treating. It's just the way it is. There are a lot of indoor events. Snow there, I mean, I remember one May we had 5 feet of snow still. I mean, it's only central Minnesota. It's not even like northern Minnesota. But that's the setting for one of the books that I wrote. And then I'm turning it into a series, so all of my books are in that space. And the reason I'm telling you about Pequot Lakes, Minnesota is because I'm using that as an example to show fiction authors ways that you can talk about your setting or your book. You can show them your thought process and how you developed the book and how you came to different conclusions. You could work out plot holes on a video. Like, you worked your character into a corner so well that you don't know how to get your character out of this rough spot. And you could do one of two things. You could start recording a video and you could talk through it yourself. If you're a verbal processor, just start talking about, how am I going to get my character out of this laundry room that she's stuck in? Whatever it is, right? Or if you have enough of a following, you could do a YouTube live and you could ask your viewers for input on what they think you should do next for your book. I mean, you could do that with any, if you're starting a new novel, you could go on and you could do a YouTube live and you could invite your readers and your viewers into your story building process. So there's your idea for fiction authors. Nonfiction authors, I feel like you have an easier time coming up with the content, but the content of different topics might not match. So you have to find the overarching theme. Like my YouTube channel, my one YouTube channel is grief, and I'm gonna do umbrellas under that. But like I've said in a previous video, when I was talking about audience, talking to widows, talking to women who've miscarried, talking to families of addiction are all different groups of people. So those weren't working, and I had to create different channels for that. So for instance, for my YouTube channel, I talk about sucker punch comments, stupid things someone says to someone who's grieving. I talk about what I didn't know about miscarriage. I talk about 10 years out, 15 years out, what grief looks like. Talk about the blood loss and things that other women, other people don't really talk about when it comes to miscarriage. So there are different topics you can talk about with nonfiction. Like one of the other things I talk about is the doctor's visit. And you kind of double down on the things that people are interested in. There's a video about husbands that performed really well when I talked about my husband's response to the miscarriage. That one did really well. So if I did something similar to that, that would also be great. But it's great if you can figure out an overarching umbrella and then different pieces that would work underneath it. Like, Dawn Damon has her Bravehearted Woman channel, and she can talk about her book, Bravehearted Woman. She can also talk about her very first book that talks about sexual abuse, and that fits into Bravehearted Woman because it's all connected. So she can put all that on the same channel and it will work. That makes sense? Whether or not you're a fiction author or a nonfiction author, one of the things I would encourage you to do is just brainstorm a list, whether it's on a laptop or a piece of paper. Come up with a list of different topics that you can talk about and make that list as long as possible. Don't edit yourself. Just write a list. At the end of this video, I'm going to leave all sorts of outtakes so that you can see the video process from start to finish and different things that I cut out when I'm recording. Try not to discourage yourself right out of the gate. I don't have any practice. I'm no good at this. I don't have the right camera. I don't have the right headphones. I don't know what to do. Like, I am not using anything special to record this video. And if you're learning something, then the video has worth. So it's the same thing for you. If you are recording a video and it's not perfect, that's okay. Because you will get better with practice, you will get better with time. One of the things that YouTube viewers are loving these days is stories. They love when an influencer comes on and just tells a story. That is great news for us as authors because that's what we do. That's our business. We tell stories. It's like, this is easy. One of the things you need to do when you're recording a video is a hook. Hooks matter for books. Hooks matter for videos. I would say you want to put your hook, an outline of your content, and then introduce yourself. For instance, you've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but you don't know how. In this series, we are talking about how to grow your YouTube channel and your YouTube following. And in this video, I'm going to talk about different aspects of recording videos that will elevate your videos above others. My name is Samantha Evans Schroeder. I am an author, influencer, and speaker, and I've spent 2 years studying YouTube and how to maximize my effort and my time with YouTube videos. I'm starting with really low numbers from the ground up, and it's a journey, and I'm walking this journey with you. So if you're wanting to grow on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe, and I will teach you all the things that I have learned along the way. I'm excited to see my numbers 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, and to continue building that content. And I'm here to encourage you. So there's the intro. It took me a bunch of times to get it right. When you're recording a video, you need to do several things right off the bat. You need to have a hook, bullets of what the video is about, an introduction, and you need to talk faster than you want to. Viewers have short attention spans these days, and you will notice that in a lot of videos, the speakers speak more quickly, at least in the first few seconds, than they do in the rest of the video, because they're trying to grab their viewers' attention, tell them what the video is about, and move on until the meat of the content. You only have a few seconds to capture the attention of your viewer. So you need to speak more quickly, you need to have your hook, you need to have the bullet points of what the video is about, and you need to introduce yourself. You want to be really clear and concise with your first few seconds of the video because you don't want to capture everyone's attention. You want to capture the attention of people who need your video. We're not trying to trick anyone into watching the video. We are being bold and confident with what our video is about, and we are stating our purpose right away, and people who are interested will continue watching. That's the importance of knowing the right audience. Also, YouTube picks up your keywords in the first seconds of your video. So if you're blobbing, also YouTube. So let's say hypothetically, just hypothetically, you thought you were recording some content and you didn't realize that you weren't actually recording that content until you went to go edit the video. This is a voiceover, and it's one of the ways that you can fix the problem. In the next video, I will be talking about different strategies for video editing, so make sure you tune into that next blog. As I was saying, YouTube picks up on the first words you speak and uses them as keywords to put your video into the right algorithm. So the first words in your video, the first words you speak, and the first words you have for captions are going to be used to put your video in front of the viewers that need to see it. So you don't want to waste a lot of time with extraneous words. You want to get straight to the point and tell YouTube and tell your viewers exactly what you're going to be talking about in your video. All right, so here I am, unfiltered, and I'm going to tell you some things that And then you're in the frame of mind to, and you could invite your readers and your watchers, your viewers, you could go on. And so there are specific topics that you can talk about as an influencer or as a nonfiction, so there are different topics you can talk about as a nonfiction writer that will help you and come up with it. Hello, Bee. At the end of this video, I'm going to leave all sorts of outtakes. I will tell you, when you're recording a video, one of the things you need to do, and I actually didn't do it for this video, is an intro, a hook. And I would say you want to put your hook and then something with your content. I would say you want to put your hook and then You've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but you don't know how to do that. For instance, you've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but you have no idea how. In this video, we're going to talk about different video strategies to make You've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but you've always thought it would be a great idea to start a YouTube channel, but you have no idea how. In this video, we're going to talk about different aspects of video making that will make You've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but you've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but you don't know how. In this video, we're going to talk about different strategies for video. You've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but you don't know how. In this video, we're going to talk about different strategies for video recording that will set your videos apart from the rest. Hi, my name is Samantha Evans Schroeder. I am a YouTuber, influencer, writer, speaker, and today I'm going to help you elevate your videos above other people's. Elevate your videos. Hi, my name is Samantha Evans Schroeder, and in this video I'm going to help you elevate. Attention spans are getting shorter and shorter these days, and you'll notice when you watch other people's videos that they speak more quickly than people have really short attention spans these days, and you will notice that a lot of you only have a few seconds to capture the attention of your viewer. So you need to speak quickly, you need to have your hook, you need to have those bullet points of what the video is about, and you need to speak. So you only have a few seconds to capture you only have a few seconds to when you are speaking, YouTube picks up on your keywords. And I would still move and try to get my neighbor's house out of the way, potentially, and now you can see the hole in my back. It's a whole thing. I was trying to fix my fountain in the backyard, dug a hole in my backyard to try to find a broken pipe. Turned out the broken pipe was not where we were digging. The man who put the fountain in put it behind the retaining wall. So the drain goes up. There are things that make sense in life, and there are things that don't make sense in life. We're not going to talk about my fountain. Anyway, or my husky.